All right, welcome to another episode of Diary of an Average Reseller. And we're doing our series, What's It Worth? So last time I was looking over Garden of Banban toys, and we had a couple of them that were worth a little bit something, but a lot of them were really not worth anything. But bundled together, they would be worth more. And today we're actually looking at Rainbow Friends, which came before Garden of Bonbon, and I'm hoping that these have more value. Again, I bought a lot of 90 toys for $10, all horror specific, and so this was like the largest population was these Rainbow Friends toys, and Rainbow Friends seems to be really popular. So again, we're going to keep the same strategy. If it is worth $5 or more, we're going to put it to the side to sell individually. If it's worth less than $5, we're going to put it in a bundle. All right, so again, we are 30 cents in on each one of these toys. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be using eBay sales to see what it's worth. So we're going to start off with this guy. So let's see. Immediately after pulling him up, I don't see any comps for him. But I am going to be using Google to cross reverse search just in case I want to look up a person's name, because sometimes it doesn't find them, but it will pull them up when I go. So like I see it right here, Roblox Rainbow Friends Mini. So they have a version of him here for $12. $6 is what they're talking about. But I want to just see what that listing is and then search that name to see if there's any sales for that one, just in case the picture isn't working. So in terms of this, see, here we go. Brand new, $6.95 to $9.95. So off the break, this one is going to go into a bundle. All right, let's keep it going. We got another one of these green ones. Let's see what we got. So that green one again is not popping up, but we'll put it with this green one. Maybe we'll do like a color lot. All right, got another one. This pink one. All right, so here we go. We got one. Look at that. So that one says $5 April 16th and $9.95 plus shipping March 15th. So this one right here, pink. Pink is a good one. So pink gets put in its own place. Pink is definitely a good one. All right. And it seems like that style. Look at the purple. The purple one sells for $20. I don't know if we have a purple one, but man, wow. So you never know, right? Purple one works. All right, let's go ahead and look up blue. All right, so look at that. We got one for $6.95 March 3rd. And then there's like a metallic type of one that sells for $15. All right, so that's good to know. So let's go ahead and put him there. Let's keep it going. I got two of those, so now we know that each of those is worth about $5, 5 plus. All right, let's keep it going. Got this weird looking alligator thing. All right, what we got? All right, $7.20, $6. All right, so this one is another one. So obviously, the Rainbow Friends are worth more money than the Garden of Bonbon, because these are obviously hitting for higher sales points. This is orange. Now, this toy itself doesn't have any, but I see that orange sales. So let's look up if I put in Rainbow Friends, and I'll just do orange. Figure. Let's just see what the Rainbow Friends orange is selling, because they have a bunch of different oranges. I just didn't want to see if this one was going to register. I don't see this one, and it could be this style, like these cheaper looking ones people might just not like, so that's okay. Put them in a bundle. Oh, we got two of these. Oh, now this one's a little different, because this one has something in his hand that other one didn't. So let's see, this one's worth $6. Okay, So there are two different ones. I might bundle them together, but we'll see. This one sold for $6 on March 24th. All right. Let's see. This dude looks like a Pokemon. I think I got two of those as well. All right, so he's $3.95. He's $3.95. I see one for $5. So $3.95. What I'll do is I'll bundle them together. I'll just sell them together, or I'll end up maybe doing an orange and yellow bundle. All right, what do we got next? I'm trying to get through these little cheaper ones. So we got another one of these crazy orange ones. So yeah, that might be a good little bundle, orange and yellow, put them together. All right, trying to get through like I said, these cheaper looking kind of ones. Oh, I already did this one. This is two of these. All right, yeah. Oh, we got three of these. Okay, so we got a couple of rainbows we could put together, and then we got this looking guy. All right, let's see. This dude does not even pull up, so I'm gonna assume if he doesn't pull up, this one won't either. No, I don't see this guy, but let's, again, I'm just making sure. So I'm gonna go to Google and just see, for the people who are listing them, what is the price point that they're listing him at on Google. So we know it's Rainbow Friends Pink Monster figure. So I see $16 clearly in stock. A lot. So they're lotting them. 15 for a different kind of one. Yeah, so he's not really doing much. But they lot them in groups, and that's what we'll do too. All right, let's go ahead and move on to, we got one more of these little cheaper looking ones. I mean, honestly, with just this lot right here, we've already done. Yeah, I figured he was gonna go in here. So these little cheap ones is the same thing with the Garden of Banban. Like if they're cheap like that, they just don't do well. But this one, I guess we can go to these. Well, let's go through these first. So let's take a picture of this one. So I see one sold comp for $9, and that's when mixed with another one. So we might lot her with, I have some similar styles, these guys right here. So that seems like that might be the move. So let's check these out and see what they go for. And then I might just lot her because they both have crowns. So Goozy 2 Rainbow Friends. Yeah, I don't see this guy. Oh, but I do see the next guy. Wow. All right, but this guy doesn't have a high price value, so we'll just lot them together. And I do have two of them. This condition is a little beat up, so I'll just put it with something else. But yeah, this one by itself, again, I think it's the style, but lotted together, they'll do well. I think this is a Garden of Banban character. I don't think this is supposed to be here. I think I might have accidentally put this with them. Yeah, this is a Garden of Banban character who goes for about $2. So I'll lot him with the Garden of Banban toys. I'll just put him to the side. All right, so next up we got these guys. I already saw a comp on one of these. I think the thicker type of characters just seem to do better. Yep. So we got him at $6 for this neon blue one, and then we got this blue guy, and he's going for $6. And then actually he can go for up to 10. I see 10.30 with free shipping, $9.99 free shipping. So same price, about that $5 to $6 mark on him. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. So you can put this here. So even if we just did 5 a piece on these, we're already at 10, 20, 30, 35, right? Which is, I paid 10 for 90 toys. So that just shows you right there. And then we still got 4 more left. This is another one of those kind of like short and thick ones. So this might have a sale. Yep. So I think that's the key, is these shorter, thicker ones So this one I see $5.40, $8.99, $5. So he's another one. So it seems like that's a good one right there. He has different color hand things I see, and we got 3 of this one, which all seem to be the same, though this one's kind of beat up, so I'll probably just lock that one anyway. But let's check up on these and let's see. So this one, okay, so red, this style again, like the other ones, just doesn't have any value, so we'll just go ahead and add these. So looking at these, we got some good bundles to put together. We can go ahead, and these 2 have the crown, so we'll have these as a bundle for sure. I'll put these 3 together.